G'day guys, welcome to another episode. Been working on this for the last week or so. As you see, I'm fair way along with it. Got the door and the quarter panel still blocking back. I'll go through that in the video, step by step, how I'm getting where I'm getting, bit by bit, just sneaking up on it. But yeah, it's coming up pretty good. It's funny, I was looking for something the other day and I was going through some stuff in the garage and that, and come across this first magazine I ever bought, and yeah, it's a bit of a time trip. I was flicking through it and yeah, bring back a few memories. Yeah, I remember exactly where I was when I bought this magazine, my first ever magazine. It was Arncliffe train station, July 83. Travelling, I worked at Arncliffe, lived in Campbelltown, and travelled 2 hours by train on the Red Rattlers, freezing my ass off in those things, no heaters or anything. And yeah, times were a bit simpler back then. $118 a week was all I earned. Petrol was about 33 cents a litre. And I think you get a schooner in the RSL club for about 90 cents. And yeah, $60 for carpet, plankman. And what else we got here? XA, almost brand new. The XA was only 10 years old then. Yellow Terra. What else we got here? Elves. Holly carburetors from $125. Shifters $165. Rocker covers $60. Special Chev engine, $2.5 grand. Yeah, Coupes always did it for me. Always. Weber carburetor is $149. Simpler times when ugly welds were the go. Nobody even blinked an eye. And bog and chicken wire reigned supreme. 6 in a row hoe plankman puts a 186 big block in a phase 2 or phase 2 Falcon. But anyway, yeah, crazy. Shifters $70, extractors $69. Unreal. But like I said, I was only on $118 a week, so that was pretty expensive. Chevy at wheels. Yeah. Anyway, I got most of the street machines, but I stopped buying them a few years ago. I think I've got like 30 years worth I've still got. Anyway, back to it. So yeah, I'll show you what I've done. So I've got this door back on after a bit of mucking around. It's not perfect, but the gaps are reasonable. The main gap I've tried to get right is along here, this bottom sill, and it's not bad. It's pretty straight along here. That's the main one, I think, to get right first. The top here looks pretty good, and this is what I was talking about, too much filler in here. So with the adjustment done on the door, I'm hoping now I can sand this back down, because it was way too much filler in there for my liking. It was probably 10 mil thick here. So I know I'm going to have a little bit here because that was all pushed in. I got it out as far as I could with the metal. I know I'm going to have a little bit there, but I should be able to take a fair chunk out of here and a lot out of here. So you can see how proud that is sitting now, and this is the problems I was running into, because this lip along this door edge here was sitting higher. It was sitting about 5 mil higher than it should have compared to the other door. So now hopefully I can sand this back down and get this to come in with this shape and get a nice curve. Well, fingers crossed, I hope I can. There's filler in here and that, but it's very thin across here. But here, there's a lot of filler, more than I'm happy with. I mean, I'm no metal shaping expert. I got it as good as I could, and I knew I'd have filler in here. Ideally, if I could go back in time, I would have taken this whole quarter off and tried to get it better. But that was beyond my comfort zone back then. But these days, I would have been a lot more comfortable with it. But it is what it is, and I'm just going to have to move on. And I'm not sure, even if I got the whole quarter off and banged it into shape, I'd be much better off anyway. So, because it was pretty well rippled, especially in here and here, it was really, the metal had been pushed back this way, and it was all rippled up and all that. And I'm sure once I start sanding back through here, I'm going to have a couple of high spots here, which I don't know what I'm going to do about. We'll wait and see. But yeah, but the next problem I think I'm going to face is that blending this into this shape, whether I'm going to have a step here or it's going to be too much of the wrong shape here, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'll get it pretty close. So, but yeah, if you just see, you can see that thickness there, and here was just too much, more than I was happy with. I knew I was going to have 3 or 4 mil bog along this edge here, but that's just too much. So fingers crossed, we'll see how we go. Okay, so after a few hours of sanding, I've got this looking much better. I'm probably taking about 5 mil of filler out. Still probably about another 5 in there, especially on this corner, because that was all pushed in. And but as the panel comes out, it gets thinner here. It's just really down this edge there. You can see where I'm starting to go through rich high spots from the ripples that are in here. Got a high spot there, but it's almost dead level now. You can see where there's a few low spots along here, but that's okay, and a couple of high spots here, but that's all right. I can get those out, no worries. But that's much better. Not 100% happy because there's still a filler, but there's nothing much I can do other than start again, take the quarter off and start again. But like I said, I'm always going to end up with filler in here. So, but to get this curve, it dips, and then it kicks out, and then it curves back around. This shape, runs the whole, about a metre or so, and you just got to get it blended. It sort of dips in and then comes out, and there's a lot going on up here too. It's almost concave, and I've been comparing it with my good quarter, but yeah, it's better, happier. And now I'll start working on this bit. I haven't touched this bit here. This has got filler. It's probably about 5 mil in there, because that was all rusted along there. So I had to weld a plate in here, and then when I put the new sill on, and all this was replaced as well. Big section in here. So I'll get this line right, and start working on getting some filler out of here and blending it. You just go around in circles with these things. There's curves and concaves, and God, it's just very complicated panel. So and I've flared these guards. I've pumped these guards a bit, so again I've added to the complication of it all. The back's pretty good, but it had a massive hit here. It's had a repair here, previous repair, rust repair. I've repaired all this around here. There's a join along here for the lower quarter, so you can see a couple of high spots just coming through, but that's all pretty good. That's not bad. There's not much filler in there at all, so it's all pretty good. Just like I said, just a few little high spots starting to appear. We'll get there. We'll get there. And this was all sunk down, but I think they are pretty much from factory, so I just gradually filled that up. But I'll reshape that. It is what it is. I'm just trying to do the best I can with the skills I've got, which is there's not much. I'm learning as I go. Alright. Yeah, you can see the bottom there. You can see how where it needs to get sanded out there, and that line needs sorting out, but up it's pretty good. Right, cheers. So I've shot a coat of primer up to about here, just to see how it's looking, get a rough idea of how the panel's looking. I'll block it back. The line is not too bad. It's got a little bit of few ways, but I haven't touched this line yet, these panel lines. And I don't know if you can see that. This is not looking a lot better too. I've still got a bit more work to do to define this edge around here. Sharpened it up and that, and we'll do a bit of work along here. That'll be the next thing, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. Like I said, after the repair and all this, I replaced all the metal down here. I cut that whole section out, and when I welded it back in, I didn't want it too proud, so I sort of tried to allow for like 2 or 3 mil of filler on there, but because either when you weld these sections in, sometimes they sink in, or sometimes they sit proud. So I definitely didn't want to sit proud, otherwise then you're stuffed. So there's a little more filler in there that I like, but yeah, I'll block it back. I'll probably block the roof back, see where I'm at. Maybe a few little skim here and there, a filler, just to sharpen everything up. I've still got air bubbles and stuff like that to fill up, but yeah, probably block it back, reprime, see where I'm at, block it back again, probably a couple of times, and see how I go. I've got a little bit of work here, not straight, but overall it's starting to take shape. Got this extra coat on. It's come up pretty good. Neighbours, the Masso neighbours have got the woodsy music cranked right up, so don't know how you can hear that. Anyway, it's come up pretty good. Still another block left. Don't know how you guys like the time lapse. I know a lot of other guys do it. let me know if it gives you the shits or not. But yeah, I'll do a bit more, play around with it. I'm using my iPad at the moment because the GoPros just give me it's just frustrating, especially downloading it. Anyway, I'll give you a look at this anyway. The line is still needs a bit of work, but I'll throw an extra coat on the line, so but it's not too bad, and it's looking a lot better. So the only thing is with this iPad is that it is not as wide screen, but it is starting to come together. Just sneaking up on it is this is why I like the black primer. You do need extra light, but you can really see the lines a lot better than the grey. So we'll see a little bit of work on those lines. I think I've got a little ripple in here somewhere. In here somewhere there's a little ripple. But yeah, just in there. Just in here there's a little ripple. The roof is all done. That's got its second coat now, so its final coat. So that's not looking too bad. I'll call that done. The roof. Yeah. Happier. Lines. That gap. I've gone for about 6-7 mil, but with paint and everything, it'll probably close up to about 5-6 mil. So it needs to be just, but yeah, very good. I'll give that a couple of days to dry, and then block it back, see where we're at. So blocked it back, give it a second coat. Saw that in the time lapse. Bit of amateur hour there. I discovered too late, but I was messing around with the gun settings. I don't know if you saw that, but I wasn't getting the right spray pattern, and I didn't know why. And this was loose. So rookie mistake. Pissed off with myself because it's all going to be uneven. It needs another block back anyway, so I'll blame you guys out for that because trying to film and organise filming and then concentrate on the job. What do you do? So yeah. Anyway, needs another block back, and I'll do that after a couple of days. Let it harden up and see how we go. But it's looking pretty. So, other than a little spray gun mishap, it's come up pretty good. Lines are not too bad. I'm getting pretty happy with those. Still a little bit of cleanup. There's got a bit of a waver here and a wave here. You can see it better this side. Just there. There's a little bit of a wave, but I'm happy with this. How this is coming up. I thought that would be a real bastard, but it's actually coming up okay. So yeah, check your spray gun before you spray paint, because I usually leave it loose when I clean it from the last time I've used it, and I was having all sorts of problems trying to get a nice pattern, and but I think I'll get rid of that ripple here. Yeah, pretty good. Anyway, boys, that'll do for now, and girls. I won't put any pics afterwards, repair pics, because the video is already way too long. So I'll block this back. I'll give this a couple of days to dry and harden up. I've got night shift tonight again, so and then I'll give it a block back, and then it'll be done. I'll call that done. It's almost done now. So yeah, lucky it was primer I was putting on and not paint. It's probably just a little bit even and patchy, that's all. Okay, cheers.